Ever wondered why some people stay incredibly calm, while others explode like volcanoes when angry? Today, I'll reveal the secret techniques that elite athletes and successful CEOs use to master their rage. But first, let me tell you about Sarah, a brilliant surgeon who almost destroyed her career. One day, during a complex heart surgery, everything went wrong. Equipment failed, patient's condition deteriorated rapidly. Sarah felt that familiar burning sensation rising from her chest. Her hands started trembling with fury. She wanted to scream at everyone, throw instruments, blame the incompetent staff around her. Friends, write in the comments where you're watching us from, and hit like if you want to know the most unexpected thing. In that critical moment, Sarah remembered something her mentor taught her 20 years ago. Instead of exploding, she closed her eyes for exactly 3 seconds and activated her secret weapon. What happened next saved not only her patient's life, but transformed her entire approach to stress forever. You see, anger isn't just an emotion. It's actually your brain's ancient survival mechanism gone haywire. When you get angry, your amygdala hijacks your rational thinking faster than you can blink. Your heart rate spikes to 180 beats per minute. Stress hormones flood your bloodstream immediately. This worked perfectly when our ancestors faced saber-toothed tigers, but terrible for modern relationships. The first technique Sarah used is called the physiological sigh, discovered by neuroscientist Andrew. Take one deep breath in through your nose, then a second smaller breath on top. Then exhale slowly through your mouth. This literally rewires your nervous system within seconds. But here's where it gets really interesting. Most people try to suppress anger completely. This is like trying to hold back a tsunami with your bare hands. Impossible and destructive. Instead, elite performers use what psychologists call emotional jujitsu. They redirect anger's energy productively. Think about Michael Jordan. He transformed every insult into fuel for legendary basketball performances. When someone doubted him, he didn't explode. He channeled that fire into practice sessions. The second technique involves something called cognitive reframing, changing your story about what's happening. When your coworker interrupts you rudely, your brain automatically creates a villain narrative about them. But what if they just received devastating news about their sick parent? Suddenly your anger transforms into compassion. Same situation, completely different emotional response. Navy SEALs use a third technique called tactical breathing during life-or-death combat missions. 4 seconds inhaling, 4 seconds holding, 4 seconds exhaling. This activates your parasympathetic nervous system. Your body literally switches from fight-or-flight mode to rest and digest mode instantly. But the most powerful technique comes from ancient Stoic philosophers like Marcus Aurelius and Epictetus. They discovered something revolutionary. You cannot control external events, only your responses to them. When traffic makes you late for an important meeting, getting angry won't change anything. But staying calm allows you to find alternative solutions, different routes, phone calls, creative options. Here's a practical exercise you can try right now to build your anger management muscles. Next time you feel anger rising, imagine you're a scientist observing this emotion objectively. Say to yourself, "Interesting. I notice anger arising in my body right now." This simple shift from "I am angry" to "I notice anger" creates psychological distance immediately. Elite athletes use this observer mindset to stay focused during high-pressure championship moments. Remember Sarah from our opening story? Here's what she actually did in that operating room. She used the physiological sigh, reframed the equipment failure as a challenge rather than disaster. Then she calmly directed her team with clear instructions, turning chaos into coordinated action. The patient not only survived, but made a complete recovery thanks to her emotional mastery. 6 months later, Sarah was promoted to head of surgery because of her legendary composure. Now she teaches these anger management techniques to other doctors facing high-stress situations regularly. But what about everyday situations like dealing with difficult family members during holiday gatherings? The key is preparation. Before entering potentially triggering situations, set clear emotional boundaries. Decide in advance how you'll respond to common triggers, rather than reacting impulsively. Professional negotiators always script their responses to aggressive tactics before important meetings. They know that whoever stays calm longest usually wins the negotiation and gets better deals. Here's another counterintuitive technique. Sometimes you need to feel anger fully before letting it go. Suppressed emotions don't disappear. They accumulate underground like psychological pressure building up dangerously. Set aside 5 minutes daily to feel your anger safely in private meditation. Let it move through your body completely, then consciously choose to release it afterward. This prevents emotional explosions later, when you least expect or want them to happen. The final advanced technique comes from modern neuroscience research on emotional regulation and brain plasticity. Every time you successfully manage anger, you literally rewire your brain's neural pathways permanently. It's like building emotional muscle memory. The more you practice, the stronger you become. After 30 days of consistent practice, these techniques become automatic, unconscious responses to stress. Your friends and family will start asking what happened to transform you so dramatically. You'll find yourself staying calm in situations that used to trigger massive emotional reactions. Remember, mastering your emotions isn't about becoming emotionless like a robot or suppressing feelings. It's about becoming the director of your emotional experience rather than its helpless victim. Start with just one technique today. Try the physiological sigh next time you feel anger. Practice it 3 times. Notice how your body responds, then gradually add other techniques. Your future self will thank you for taking control of your emotional life, starting right now. What's one situation where you struggle most with anger management? Share your experience below.